Okay, so everybody, yes.
Mm.
You will come to me, my little bird. It's simple, right? Just a bird.
Ah.
Well, not so fast. What if, and stick with me here,
Yeah.
what if this is actually like a super symbolic look into like the spirit of the Ukrainian people?
Okay.
Welcome to PhD Lyrics, overanalyzing the songs you shower to.
Yes.
And today, we're going to be looking at Bird of Prey
All right.
by Ziferblat,
Yes.
Ukraine's entry for Eurovision 2025.
Love it.
All right.
It's a great song.
So this song, what's so fascinating about it, and like you sent me some articles about this,
Yes.
this image of a bird.
Yeah.
It's seemingly simple, but it goes into these really complex themes like freedom and resilience.
Yeah. Well, I think we can't really ignore like what's going on in Ukraine right now, can we?
Absolutely not. And you pointed out this really interesting article about Ukrainian folk songs.
Yeah.
And how birds are often used as symbols of hope and resistance.
Mhm.
It's almost as if Ziferblat is like tapping into all of this.
Exactly.
This rich cultural history with the bird of prey metaphor.
And also, I think the fact that it is a bird of prey is like particularly interesting because, a bird of prey isn't just sort of like passively enduring hardship or something like that.
Right.
It's like actively fighting back, soaring above the turmoil. And this really kind of resonates with the image of like, Ukraine defending itself, I think.
You know, when I first heard the lines "Fly Bird," I'm begging you, I was like, whoa. That's like raw emotion right there.
Yeah.
It's personal. It's a plea for survival.
Right.
But like, could it also be like a plea for international support?
Right.
Almost like Ukraine is saying to the world, like, hey, look at us. Please help.
Yeah, and I think there's this really interesting duality that goes on in the lyrics, this constant kind of like push and pull between like hope and despair and resilience and vulnerability.
Okay.
So take, for example, the line, Espilo eupedicta,
Okay.
which basically translates to fate has entrusted the world to the last of us. Heavy stuff, right?
Yeah. It kind of makes you think about all those huge philosophical questions like, what does it actually mean when like the fate of the world is resting on your shoulders? Have you ever like thought about that?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And I think it's very reminiscent of like, existentialist thought, the idea that even in like a chaotic world, we have the power to like choose and act,
Right.
and that sense of responsibility is like so clear in these lyrics.
Okay. But what about the line, Oha, Joy Oberja,
Yeah.
which is the song of migratory birds will give birth to spring.
Yeah.
At first I was like, oh, that's just some nice bird song.
Yeah.
But like, could there be something more?
Yeah. I think it definitely goes beyond just, pretty bird song.
Yeah.
I think if you think about it, like the cyclical nature of history, the idea that even after the darkest winter, spring always comes back.
Right.
It's such a powerful message of like, renewal and rebirth.
It's almost like saying that no matter how hard things get, there's always hope for a new beginning. And what if we really overthink this
Yeah.
and look at this bird through like Jungian lens?
Jungian lens. I like where this is going.
So Jungian psychology talks about archetypes.
Right.
And these are like universal symbols
Yeah.
that resonate with us subconsciously.
Yeah.
So could the bird of prey represent like the anima,
Interesting.
the feminine archetype?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting because like the anima often embodies like, strength and resilience.
Yeah.
And a connection to nature.
Yeah.
And I think it could be that Ziferblat is tapping into this archetype to kind of represent this strength that's often overlooked, especially during like, times of war.
Music itself can be so powerful, especially during conflict.
Oh, for sure.
Think about like all those protest anthems, songs that give a voice to entire movements. I bet you have some favorites.
Yeah, absolutely. I think music can be a tool for resistance,
Yeah.
a source of solace, a way to like preserve cultural identity. And I think given the context of what's happening in Ukraine, Bird of Prey could become like an anthem, echoing the resilience and the hope of the people.
So did Ziferblat intentionally pack all of this meaning into a Eurovision song?
Who knows?
Who knows? But
It makes you think.
it does make you think. Bird of Prey is more than just a catchy tune. It's something that will stay with you, provoke thought, and maybe even inspire you.
Yeah, for sure.
Subscribe for more ridiculously overanalyzed shower songs. And until next time, remember, of me and my little bird of prey.